Hi, can you hear me?
Dr. Woody.
Hi.
It's
Well,
just
what's wrong with my
review.
video?
It's
Yeah, let me
okay.
see what's going on here. Yeah, okay, better. Okay, is Phoebes in now? You received the, okay, great. Okay, so Shock, not here. Okay. We'll have Shock put it up and discuss the questions first. Peebs, maybe you can put up the screen sharing and then we'll go over the test. Oh, there he is. Yay.
Chuck is asking what am I going to present?
Yes, I would.
Just giving the instruction.
So just the latest review questions for second quiz in sign language lexicography.
Just hold on for a moment. I'm still downloading it.
Okay.
What are you going to say, Peeps? Peeps is signing. I emailed you something so that the one you're going to share as a presentation. Waiting for it to open. Chuck is signing.
Okay, so the first part of the course focused on one-handed signs. And the second part will focus primarily on two-handed signs. Okay. So when alphabetizing two-handed signs, the first parameter to alphabetize is A, location, B, finger orientation of the non-dominant hand, C, movement, D, hand shape of the non-dominant hand, E, palm orientation of the dominant hand, non-manual expression, finger orientation of the dominant hand, hand shape of the dominant hand, and palm orientation of the dominant hand. Which
Most
one?
are signing H.
H,
And
yes,
shape of the
okay.
dominant hand.
H is correct. Okay, good. Chuck, go down to the, you wanna, yes. Put it in. Okay. All right, what about question 2, the next parameter?
Jasmine is signing D. Phoebe says D. Meng
Yes,
says D.
D, hand shape of the non-dominant hand, yes. Three, okay, after you do the hand shape of the dominant hand and the hand shape of the non-dominant hand, then what do you do?
Jasmine is saying E. Yami says E.
E is correct. The palm orientation of the dominant hand. Okay, number 4. After you do the palm orientation of the dominant hand, what do you do next?
Meng is signing I. Nat is signing G. Marvin signing G.
G is correct.
Kyla is G.
So you do both the palm orientation and the finger orientation of the dominant hand. And the next, number 5.
Phoebe and Jasmine says I.
Yes.
Yami also says I.
Okay, next.
Phoebe, Jasmine, Yami signs B as in boy.
B as in boy, yes. Number 7.
Jasmine and Yami and Marvin says A.
Sorry, A or C?
They're signing A, the location.
A, yes. A is correct.
Jasmine, I'm sorry, Yami signs C. Movement.
C, yes. Movement, yes.
Meng also says C. Eve says F.
F,
Also
correct.
Meng, Nat, Jasmine.
So 9F. Okay, good. So now these are some, you may have to think about these a little more. When alphabetizing two-handed signs by location, you should follow Stokes' system of location arrangement. Start from the lowest and go upward, or start from the highest and move downward, or do something completely different.
Jasmine and Peeves signs C.
C is correct, highest to the lowest. So we talked about the next one briefly. I don't know if you remember, but if there are two-handed signs with the same general location on different sides of the body, you follow Stokes' system. Do you start from the dominant side and move to the non-dominant? So that means start from right and move to left, or start from the non-dominant side and move to the dominant side. That means start at the left and go to the right, or follow a different system.
Jasmine, Shaq, Marvin, Peeves, Meng, Yami signs B.
Yes,
So
that's
boy.
correct. So the dominant hand or the dominant side is going to be the most important. So if there are two signs where the location of the dominant hand is in a different location from the dominant hand, you follow Stokes' system of location arrangement. Start from the location of the dominant hand, non-dominant hand, or start from location of the dominant hand, or follow a different system.
Shaq, Marvin signing B. C. Add the C.
C, yes, yes. Yes, C. Okay, so look at signs 1 and 2 and then answer the next question. Oops. Did I put the question in? Go down. Oops. Go down. Let me see if I put it in later. Okay, sorry. I made a mistake. Okay, so question 13 is which sign goes first? Sign 1 or sign 2? Just put down 1 and 2, yeah. Okay, which sign goes first?
Most of them are signing B. Sign 2.
B, sign 2, correct. Why? Because it is a one-handed sign. Okay. And then we can ask the question about 3 and 4. Which sign goes first, 3 or 4?
The second sign on sign 3.
Sorry, again.
Sorry, Jasmine is still analyzing. Phoebes is signing C, sign 3. Sign number 3.
Yes, yes.
The answer in this is C. You're signing C.
Yes. So when you do all 4 signs together, which one goes first? So pencil, compass, and glue, a whiteout and glue.
Jack is asking that are we going to refer to these signs? The 1, 2, 3, 4 earlier?
Yeah, the same signs as before. But now, before we were only looking at 1 versus 2 or 3 versus 4. Now we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 all together. So which sign goes first?
Jack is signing. Let me just fix for a moment the page. Okay. Meng and Yami sign C. Jasmine signs B.
Why would you pick C?
Meng is signing because of the handshake.
Okay, what about sign 2? Why would you pick sign 2?
Because it's a one-handed sign.
Yes, that's correct. So sign 2 is the first sign because it's a one-handed sign. All the other signs are two-handed. Remember, all one-handed signs go first. Okay, so now when analyzing signs 1, 2, 3, and 4, which sign goes last?
Shock is signing D. Phoebes and Jasmine and Yami are signing A.
Why would you pick D?
Shock changed his mind. It's A.
Yes, A,
Going
because it's a two-handed sign and because of the handshake.
figure out the handshake.
Yeah, okay. All right, you can stop sharing now. I will probably pick different signs for 1, 2, 3, and 4. The other questions will be the same. Okay, so that's basically I mean, I may ask a couple of more questions related to the order of maybe two more signs. But basically, if you're able to answer this quiz, then you should get a good grade on the test. All right, so when would you like to take the test, the quiz?
Friends is signing on Tuesday. Shock is saying let's have it tomorrow.
Yes, but I don't think Shock is serious.
Phoebes is also asking let's have it tomorrow. But the rest are signing let's have it on Tuesday.
Okay,
Yami
Tuesday is,
signing will be busy tomorrow.
yes. Tuesday's okay with everyone?
Shock and Phoebes are signing. It's just a short quiz.
Okay, so Tuesday it is then.
Okay, Tuesday it is.
Okay, so, all right, let's see the time. Okay. So right now I'd like for each of the three groups to yes, Jasmine, did you say something?
I would suggest the quiz will be on Tuesday.
Yes, okay. All right, so I would like for each of the three groups to work individually and to work on the one-handed signs. Okay, so
Shock is signing we're done with one-handed signs. We're also done with two-handed signs.
but Shock, have you done all the signs one-handed from lesson 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8?
Oh, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's what I want you to do now. Okay, so that's what I want you to do now. Each group will look at your own signs. So the group with 2, 3, and 4 will use their own signs as a basis, and then they will put the signs, one-handed signs from 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 into their file. Okay, and then Shock's group with 5 and 6 will take the signs from 2, 3, and 4, add it to their 5 and 6, and then add 7 and 8. And then Nat's group will take their 7 and 8 and add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Sorry, not 1. Sorry, that's my mistake. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, is that pretty clear?
Shaq has a question.
Yes, Chuck. Yes, Chuck.
Can you spotlight me? Can I ask Jasmine and Peeves, those who are responsible for the lesson, please upload your lessons so that you can get the lessons that you have. Please upload it, send it now. Francis signing, it's already been uploaded. Marvin is signing. 20 has already been uploaded. Those already uploaded yesterday. Sorry, I'm talking to Jasmine and we already have 2 and 3, 5 and 6. Talking about Jasmine's lesson. So Jasmine already got the lessons from Shaq. So
Okay.
Shaq will just be getting the lessons from Jasmine.
Jasmine, did you get the lesson from Nat also?
Yes, I already got the lesson from Nat yesterday.
Okay. Okay, so if you want, you can take a 10-minute break anytime you want. And you can, we'll come back at, let's see, it's now 1:30. Let's come back after an hour, come back at 2:30.
Okay.
And then see how you're doing. I think you will need more time, but we can just check in to see if you have any questions. And anytime you have any questions, please raise your hand. And I'm going to be working on some other things, but I'm going to be online. So all you have to do is tell the interpreter you have a question, and then the interpreter will say something to me, and then I'll come back online. Okay.
Very good. Who would be breaking us into groups? Okay, Shaq will be done to do it. Marvin having some difficulties with his internet connection.
Okay, so again, if you have any questions, let me know immediately. And then otherwise, I'll see you at 2:30. And then we'll see how the progress is going on the one-handed signs. Okay. Bye for a short time. Oops. Okay, so what was the progress for Jasmine's group?
We're doing good. Jasmine is signing.
Yes.
For our group, we're already done with the handshake arrangement for the one hand sign. We're not yet with the symbols for palm orientation. We're not yet done with that.
Okay.
That's all for lessons 2 to 8.
Okay. So how about Shaq's group? Shaq's group back.
Can you spotlight Shaq? We're done with lesson 7 and lesson 8, but Also with lesson 4, we're also done. We're not yet done with lesson 5.
Okay, no problem. And that,
Sorry, we're not yet done also
I'm
with
sorry.
2, 3, 4. We're done with 5. We're not yet done with 6, 7, and 8. We're done.
So you said, Shaq, you said you did 2, 3, and 4, or you haven't done 2, 3, and 4? Sorry.
We haven't done 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, okay, no problem. All right, and then Nat?
We're done rearranging the signs for lessons 2 to 8. But for this symbols, we're not yet done. For two-handed
Okay.
signs, we're all done from lessons 5 and 6. But we're still doing lessons 7 and 8. Also, we're not yet done with 2, 3, and 4. We haven't downloaded it yet for two-handed signs. For
Yeah,
two-handed
don't worry
signs,
about the
no,
don't worry about the two-handed signs now. So the one-handed signs, you have 2, 3, and 4.
Yes, we're done. All of it.
Okay,
from 2
let's
to 8.
let's make a quick comparison. To start off with, we'll start with Jasmine and Nat, and then when we get to lessons 5 and 6, we'll bring in Shaq. Okay, let's start with lesson 2. Or actually, no, we shouldn't start with lesson 2. We should start with hand shapes. So let's start with no fingers extended. So Jasmine, can you put those up? And then Shaq will put those up and we'll compare.
Okay. Hang on for a minute.
Okay, so let's look at this first group. How many silver school bag? 11, 12. Is that it?
Yes, that's all.
Okay, so Nat, why don't you pull up your first hand shape?
Okay. Shaq is
Yes,
raising his hand.
Shaq has a question first. Yes, Shaq.
Sorry. I misspoke earlier. We're already done with lessons 2, 3, and 4. Sorry about that. We're done with 2,
So you
3,
have
and 4.
you have 2, 3, and 4. Okay,
Yes, we're done with it.
all right. Okay, so I think you have one more sign that Jasmine doesn't have. Jasmine's group doesn't have. Ugly.
Jasmine saying it has a different hand shape at the start.
So not
It's not
an
should be
S hand
included in
shape. Yes, Nat. Yes, Nat.
Yeah. I'm just confused which hand shape was it used for the word ugly. So since you already clarified what's the hand shape, the initial hand shape for the word ugly, or for the sign ugly, then okay. I'll respect that. I'll honor that because we got confused earlier with what the handshake should be. Okay, Shaq. Shaq is signing. So I think it's the image is clear. So it's not what the team would say. Just follow what the image looks like. So if the image looks like this handshake, then you should just use that.
Yeah, Nat?
Yes, yes, that's right. I do agree with that. But initially, in my person, when we had it discussed before with thieves, rents, the the perspective is in this manner. So I was thinking, is it this handshake or this handshake? So since you mentioned that we're going to use this O handshake, and then we'll just change that. It's fine.
Okay, and so Shaq's group, you had the same?
Can I present it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, me has something to say. Oh, thanks for sharing. Yami is raising her hand. So we already have arranged it by handshake, but not yet with the palm orientation.
Okay, yeah, I think you'll need to do some reordering based on on orientation, but that's fine. Okay, good. Yes.
Yeah, we're just focusing. Sorry.
Yes, yes. Okay. All right. Well, it looks like you're all doing fine. So I'm going to ask you to close back up and then finish the hand shapes and finish the orientation.
All right, Hero.
And then we'll compare.
Okay. For Nat, they're done with palm orientation as well. They have arranged it by handshake and palm orientation. I think Jasmine already. Yeah, Jasmine's group was already done with arranging it by handshake and palm orientation, but they haven't placed any symbols yet.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to work again. And we'll come back at 3:30 and see if you have any questions. Or actually, 3:40. And we'll come back, we'll see if you have any questions and take a look and see how far you've been able to get in the next hour.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Good job so far for everyone. So if you want to take a look at how to put in the orientation symbols, let me having trouble getting this file open. Mhm. Okay. You can take a look at the file called Sign Language Dictionary Information. And you can see how this is brought in. Okay, as you see, in their S hand shape, in this particular dictionary, there was only one sign. So you don't need to put in the orientation. Okay. We'll go along a little further. Okay, with the A with the thumb extended, you did need to put in palm orientation, but you don't, in the first set, you don't need finger orientation, only palm. Okay, again, traffic light, basically, only one sign. Okay, and then when we look at the one finger hand shapes, we see that we need, in fact, sometimes we need two, palm orientation and finger orientation. And sometimes only the palm orientation. So when you're figuring that out, just remember, you don't always need orientation. You don't always need both palm and finger orientation. Okay, is that, hold on a second here. Is that clear?
And that has
Yes.
everything is hand.
Yes, Nat?
So we'll just do one-handed signs, right? And then the variety of the signs.
It depends on the signs. So you have to make a decision.
Are we going to
Are all the
also
signs,
consider
are
finger
all the
orientation?
signs clearly defined?
Are we also going to consider the finger orientation? Main assigning. So we're just going to group like the handshake. Say for example, we just use the S or no finger extended handshake, and then if there's another palm orientation, then we group that next. Is that right?
Yes.
Already got it. Friends already got that, so we'll discuss this within your group.
I mean, if you want to put in both orientations, you can. But then you'll have to look through and then delete. So for example, if you have palm in and fingers up, okay, you have this sign. And then you have another sign that starts with that hand shape and changes. You're not going to need the orientation symbol. Okay. If, for example, you have this sign and this sign, you're going to need what? Palm orientation
Orientation.
and finger orientation. Okay. If you have this sign and this sign, what do you need?
Palm
Palm
orientation.
orientation. You don't need finger orientation. Okay, so that's the way you do the orientation symbols. If you put in too many orientation symbols, you are not wrong, but it's going to confuse the reader. Okay. All right,
It's clear.
clear. Okay. All right, that's why we do this step by step. Okay. All right, so let's break out into groups again. And remember to come back at 3:40 your time. Okay. See you then.
We're not assigning. We're already done arranging it by palm orientation, but we haven't done the symbols yet.
Okay.
Haven't placed the symbols yet.
Okay.
They've already arranged.
We'll start on those tomorrow. Okay, if you're starting on the orientation symbols, please look at the file I sent you called Sign Language Dictionary Information. Okay, this file. And here's how you can do the orientations.
Not assigning yet. We do have that file.
Yeah, you should have that file. Okay, so for the first sign in the Yangon Sign Language Dictionary, Yangon, you have the A with an S hand shape, and there's only one sign in the dictionary with that. So you don't need to put down the orientation, but you can leave a blank space. So if later you decide that you find other signs with that hand shape, you can put the orientation. Now also, here's an example of where you have only palm orientation. Okay. And here's an example where you have palm orientation. And this is an example where you have both palm and finger orientation. Okay. Now, when you do your dictionary and you go between lines of pictures, lines of drawings, you can either put a space before the orientation, or you can just simply put the orientation directly as it's done here. So you need to consult with everybody else in the course to make sure you're all doing it the same way. Jasmine, what did you all decide to do about the space between before the orientation?
We decided to just have it close together.
Okay,
just
so
remove the space.
you're not going to put the space in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for
But we
now,
want-
let's not put a space in between the lines with orientation. So we're all doing it the same way. Okay. And if you have a question, you're not sure how other groups are doing it, make sure you contact them.
Shaq is raising his hand.
Okay. All right. So do you run into any problems deciding whether you need orientation or whether you need palm orientation or palm and finger? Yes, Chuck.
Yeah, we're already done with palm orientation. We already grouped it. For the layout, how we're going to arrange it, it will be all under me. I will be one responsible for the layout of
Okay, that's
everything.
great. Okay,
Thank you.
so Chuck can check for the standardization of the way of presentation. And if you have different orientations, you can put pictures on the same line with different orientations. You don't have to put them in a separate line. Just as long as you put the orientation symbols above each drawing that's relevant. Okay. All right. So that's good. It's everybody's here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So again, just to reiterate, we will have the quiz on Tuesday. Second quiz. And do you want another review tomorrow, or are you okay with? You can let me know tomorrow if you want another review. Or you can do the review yourself. It's up to you. And then, so tomorrow we'll come back in one group and then we will see the progress. And so basically, then check everybody's groupings of signs. So then we can decide everybody has the same grouping, and then we can send to Jacques for his final cleaning everything up. Okay.
Okay.
And then we have to find a way to pay Jacques for all of his extra time. Okay. So, all right. And maybe other people too. Jasmine coordinated a lot of things. And so we have to have special congratulations to everybody for all their hard work. Okay. All right. So then I think that's all for today, unless you have any specific question. Okay. So we can close for today. Give you a last 10-minute break. Okay. All right. So anyway, good job today. And you have how are you feeling about the work? Okay.
But maybe we could ask Shaq how is he feeling about the work.
Yeah, Jacques, how do you feel about the work?
Yeah, it's tiring. I have to move so many figures. So
Okay. But you're all feeling that you're able to understand the procedure process? Okay.
you're not
Good.
in your heads yet. Thebes is signing. It could apply that.
Sorry, is Peeps
But
is signing what?
Thebes signs. Hopefully, it's not just we learn something, but you could
Yes.
actually apply it to the
Yes. Okay.
Jasmine is signing. Maybe we could just share what our experiences before having this class. Like, I'll just share our experience with Nat. I mean, checking out the book, how we're going to come up with this book, and now having these classes, taking it step by step, trying to understand how we can
Yeah.
finally have this sign language
Yeah.
book. Right, Nat? Oh yes, not saying. somewhat mocking. Definitely. No, Nat is raising his
Yes,
hand.
Nat. Yes. Go ahead, Nat.
I think that was about 2 years ago or 1 year ago, like pre-pandemic. We're trying to study how we're going to apply these things, but we haven't really fully understood how the process is. And now, having these classes and applying it to our workload, it lessened the burden. Trying because before we're trying to do it by having it studied by ourselves. So this is really better than just trying to do it by yourself. It's better to have a team coordinating with each other, trying to put some standards, than just having a team of two or three, having Shaq, me, and just Jasmine, and now we have a
Yeah.
bigger group, and that's much better.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have more than a couple of people, it works better. And then you will all find your natural role in the process. Some people are better at some things, other people are better at other things. So, but working together, people can find the solution. And also, you see why sometimes I said, don't worry about this now, we'll talk about it later. Because you get easily to get confused if you have too many things to focus on at one time. When you have a step-by-step procedure, you can proceed and everybody knows exactly how to go forward.
That's right.
Yeah. And you can help train future people to do other work. Yeah.
Congratulations
Okay.
to you as well, Dr. Rudy.
All right, great. Thank you all. And thanks to the interpreters. Okay, see you tomorrow.
You're welcome.
Yeah, tomorrow. Thank you, Dr. Woody.
Yeah.
Next job.
Thank you, Pop.
Okay, bye-bye.